It's time, people, for the most listened to radio program on earth, my show, Darryl Radio Experience. Broadcasting, I think it's live. I'm not sure. I think that I'm live today. I'm not exactly sure because sometimes we step outside of our own realities and outside of ourselves, and we don't necessarily know where time is in relation to other things. Like you're listening to this, but as you're listening to this, how do you know that you're actually listening to this? How do you even know that what you're listening to is not some sort of an optical illusion? For those of you who are listening, you don't know how much better things just got in my headphones. It's so weird how this crazy studio is set up that when one thing happens and another thing happens, that it changes the structure of sound inside of the headphones. But anyway, as I was saying, those of you who are listening, you don't really know. You know, like, you have no idea whether or not this is some sort of a dream. Haven't you ever had a dream, and in the middle of the dream, you realize that it might be a dream, but then you weren't sure because other things kept happening, and then things kept happening that you, in your mind, you know, the dream would have been over for now, and I've been in this dream state for like 2 or 3 days, and then you freaking wake up and realize that it's a dream. How do you know that that's not what's happening at this very moment as you're sitting here listening to me? So what I would like everybody listening to me to do is start shaking yourself around. And if you wake up, call me and let me know that it was a dream and that you had to wake yourself up through it. That would be utterly amazing. Can you imagine if we actually got a call and somebody says, "You're right, I did exactly what you told me to do," and then it turns out that it was a dream? What the hell is that noise?
I don't know.
What the?
It's not my favorite.
I don't. It's all right. First of all, we got Eli, the potential intern, in here right now, which is probably causing problems. Eli, is your computer making noise?
No.
How do you know that your
No. Is this the right side of the mic?
No, that noise is like pretty consistent.
No.
What the hell is going on here?
It's coming through your mixer though. The mixer's registered.
So, okay, well, hold on. Let me do this. I'm sorry, people. If this was my fault and not Eli's, I apologize. But I'm pretty certain that it was Eli's fault. Eli, let me ask you a question. Why is it that every time you're in here, something crazy happens? I know that you had to have done something that caused this. I don't know what, but you did something. You had to have.
I don't even know what the problem is.
Well, the problem, first of all, is we can't hear you. Are you?
What about now? Wait, what about?
Well, you just cut it off and then asked me what about now.
Yeah, it was off at first.
All right. Is there any way you could possibly speak directly into the microphone?
How does this sound?
That sounds great.
All right. As far as the last question, I can't answer that because I don't know what went wrong.
But could you take responsibility for it at least so that we can move on with the show?
No.
So you're telling me that you didn't do it?
No, I'm telling you, I won't take responsibility for it until we find out what went wrong.
Well, no, okay, but could you take responsibility for finding out how you screwed up? Could you just at least do that?
But we're skipping a step. First, we got to find out what the screw up was.
Well, no, we can find out what this. That's not necessarily skipping a step.
Okay.
We can find out what the screw up was. I'm not asking you to apologize for your specific screw up. I'm asking you to make a more generalistic apology for screwing up and then giving us a report back after you found out how you screwed up and then make a double apology on the specific of your screw up.
That's cool.
All right, go ahead. You have the floor.
No, I was just saying that was cool.
Okay, well then go ahead and do it. Do it.
That's cool. To answer that though, it's like I said, I don't know what the sound was, so I
it
can't
clearly
really,
had to come. I normally don't hear that sound, and you're normally not here.
What I'm saying is, I'll take responsibility for the sound if we find out what the sound was, but until we know what it was.
Okay, I'm not asking. See, you're being stuck on. I'm asking you to take blame for just screwing up. Just take the fall for having a screw up take place in the first place.
Is this a yes or no question?
And then, no, it's not a yes or no question. It's not even a question. I'm telling you what's expected of you, and then I'm going to give you the floor so that you can carry out your duties. What's expected of you? You remember how when things happened in the White House and Barack just kind of took responsibility for it, and he was going to get to the bottom of it, but he took responsibility. What the hell was that? Now, what was that?
You know what? That's
all right, talk to the audience. Talk to the audience, Eli.
Okay.
I'll fix up your other screw up. Talk to the audience.
Yeah. I actually like that. As as some would call the long-legged Mac Daddy, Barack Obama. He really he took responsibility of everything that was going on in the world when he was going for presidency. I mean, AIDS, crack, molestation was all,
Okay,
Obama's
all right,
fault.
I'm back.
So no,
I'm back. I'm back. You can stop talking now.
Okay.
So if we could get back to your screwing up.
Right.
If you could just say, yeah, I screwed up. I take responsibility for it. I don't necessarily know what I did wrong. And when I figure out what I did wrong, I'll make the extra apology on that specific thing. Because we're now, 5 or 6 minutes into the show, and
we didn't have to stay this long on this subject.
Well, I know, and that's my point. If you could just do your part so that we could move on, because you're kind of the holdup at this point.
Okay.
You're kind of like that one guy at the UN that just won't let things go.
Did you see when everybody walked out on President Ahmadinejad?
Yeah, they always do that, though. Yeah.
I was like, okay, no, you know what? Can I have the floor now?
And you posted a video link on YouTube when that happened. And the funniest thing about what Eli, the potential intern, Eli is such a screw up, and he doesn't even know it. Let me tell you all what Eli did. Eli,
I love the vocabulary.
The president of Iran was in the United States just a couple of days ago, and he was at the UN. And at a certain point, the U.S. delegation got up and walked out during his speech. Eli, I'm certain, thinks that he posted the video of that event. Do you not? Is that not your understanding?
Yeah. My aim was to post the video on Facebook.
Are you now aware that you did not do that?
No, I'm still not aware.
What Eli posted was the last time that President Ahmadinejad was in the United Nations a year ago.
It happened more than once?
Yes.
Okay, so I know the first reason it happened.
So you posted the 2009 event of it, and you posted it as though it was new because there was something going on in the news.
But look, is this the first time? You said it wasn't the first time this happened to him. Because I know the first time, or the one that I seen, which I presume be the first time, they walked out on him. They walked out because he had pretty much said the United States has something to do with 9/11.
That was just the other day.
Oh, okay. So what was he saying the first time?
He was just speaking. They just don't like him.
Just talking. And
it's just
dude, it reminded
like how sometimes you walk into a room and people just walk out. It's kind of like that.
It reminded me of in school, man. In high school, man. The other team come up and then the other teams people don't want to hear about them, so they just walk out. I mean, these are the people running your world.
Yeah.
Are you? You should be angry. You should be afraid. Be very afraid. I should make a commercial with that voice for the show, for the network. I'm sorry, that was another.
Did you just
Yeah, the mixers and the tables and like all the $30,000 of equipment just almost fell off the table.
Yeah, don't do that.
I think we should have more rules. Like rule number 1, I'm just gonna stand still and keep my hands folded. On my
I was thinking about actually putting you on the other side. No, not a seatbelt. I was thinking about putting you back against the wall, and that way you can't. But then you might knock down the whole wall.
I'm not gonna knock down the wall. So what's next on the news?
Well, this is not even on the list. Well, you haven't done it yet. Can you take responsibility?
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Like the long-legged Mac Daddy Hussein. I take responsibility for the blunders that have happened and that may happen and that ever will happen in the All Deserved Radio.
No, specifically for the sounds of this morning.
Oh, yeah. Those beeps were my fault. There was a... Wait, should I do what the government does and just make up a detailed lie? Like there was a pager in my wallet that had went off.
But now that you've said it, though...
I know, but still, it still sounds... I mean, we know they're lying. We know the government's lying.
No, I'm talking about you, though. The audience, but the audience doesn't have a strong attention span, so they're not necessarily going to be
we just move on. Just keep it moving. Do I still have the floor? I thought.
So you apologize for the screw up.
Yeah, sure.
And 100%. You're gonna figure out exactly what you did wrong and make sure that it doesn't happen again.
And I don't know. I did you one favor more. I apologize for every other screw up that will happen.
But I want that when I asked for it though. Like I wasn't exactly asking for that.
Yeah. Well, it's there. It's there. Signed, sealed, and delivered.